go up, do a couple of gentle aerobatics, just a bit of loops and rolls and bits and pieces like that. I'll take you down to some lower level. I'm not going to go super low, but we'll just get down to maybe 500 feet or something like that. Just do a little bit of a fly around and give you some idea of what it's like at low level. And we'll do a pop attack, you know. Have you seen Top Gun Maverick? You know, we'll do that.
Yes.
We'll do that sort of stuff.
Sick.
We want to do that.
We'll do that. Then we'll go up, we'll do a few more areas. What I'll do is I'll come back probably just not too far from the airfield. We'll do some serious areas there. That way, if you're not feeling great, if you can have along for the next 5 minutes, we'll get on the ground and then you won't be. So not here to scare you, not here to make you sick. If you just don't like it at any stage, I'm sure you'll all be fine, but I have a rule. This is between whoever is in the aircraft with me. If they just don't like it, that's my business only, no one else's, so I don't make jokes about that, and I don't make fun of that. When I was younger, I used to, but now I'm older and more mature.
Why is that?
After arriving, we're straight into a flight brief with Jim Wally, our pilot. He went through his background, which is decades in the Royal Australian Air Force, flying F-18s and a whole bunch of aircraft. Really experienced pilot, and the level of professionalism and competence was just really apparent. So we're put at ease that we've got a super professional pilot who's going to take this jet and show us what it can do. The jet we're flying in today is Jim's own personal S.211, which is a jet that has been used to train Air Force pilots for the F-18. The flight characteristics are very similar. Bruno, Lexi and myself are all going up today. We're all really excited. To go up with an Air Force pilot into an aircraft like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Excellent. Let's do it.
So you've all been adequately briefed for this mission?
Feels like it, yeah. I mean,
Good.
we think so, but I think once we're in there, we'll be like, oh, what did you say?
It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
probably.
Yeah.
Let's go and commit some aviation.
Awesome. Yeah.
Anyone who knows Lexi knows that she's really brave and she's going up first.
And I was actually feeling really like Jim was talking through the entire thing, and I was like, damn, you can talk through it. The only thing I could do was either we or I'm blacking out.
Now Bruno's going up.
Yes, sir.
Unbeknownst to us, Jim had arranged for his helicopter to be there and for the media team to go up and fly in formation with the jet and to get aerial shots. Lexi had already been up in the plane, Bruno was up in the plane, so I got to jump in, and this was an incredible experience just by itself. The chopper pilot, Brendan, was really skilled and lined up this incredible takeoff shot when flying in formation, just amazing. After what felt like no time at all, Bruno had landed and it was my time to go up. Lexi and Bruno had given me a bit of nerves, but I was really excited and just wanted to go.
Let's go.
This is your first time, Zeph. I'll be gentle with you.
Okay.
It was very surreal getting strapped into this craft. I knew it was going to be an incredible experience, so I was just ready.
As soon as we took off, you can just feel the power. It's way different from an airline. Straight off the mark, we start this low bank angle turn, and I was just hit with the feeling of the G-force. Really incredible. This turn was a little bit steeper and it was like, wow, like this is full on. first manoeuvre was to catch up with the helicopter that had filmed the takeoff and to do a mock gun run on it. So we shot it with pretend missiles and then we shot it with pretend guns. It's just off the bow now. Formation flying out of the way, then we're on to the pop-up manoeuvre, which was a mock bombing run. This was where Jim really started putting on the heat, and for the first time ever I felt what G-forces are really like. It is really hard to describe. I've tried to describe this to people in the last few weeks since the flight, and the best way that I can describe it is just, it feels like you're getting pressed down upon. It's really overwhelming. You can see on my face how much this is stressing out my body. I've done a lot of breath work, a lot of muscle control stuff, so I was able to, contract all my muscles and try and hold the blood in my head. We're pulling somewhere between 3 or 4 Gs in these manoeuvres, and that makes my head 4 times heavier than it was, and there's 4 times the amount of force trying to suck the blood out of my head. So you really have to just sort of clench up and do this funny little breath thing to survive it, and yeah, wow. After doing those runs, we're onto the aero manoeuvres. So in this loop, I think we pulled 5.5 Gs, and I'll never forget this moment where just looking back at a beach that I grew up at, in a jet, under the force of 5.5 Gs, it's something I'll never forget. Before this flight, I thought that the G-forces would be something like a roller coaster, but it is nothing like a roller coaster. It is completely overwhelming. Next up were the dogfighting manoeuvres. So as you can see, we are rolling hardcore. This didn't make me motion sick, but it was slightly disorientating, and I really just wanted to fly these manoeuvres myself. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do this. It takes a lot of skill and training to be able to get to Jim's level. So right here we do a negative G turn. You can see the little bits of debris and things that are in the cockpit fly up, and I just put my hands up because this is the feeling of weightlessness. The only time that I've felt weightless. And adds that added bonus, Jim threw in a stall spin in there, which is a full-on maneuver. We stalled the plane, or we stalled a wing of the plane, and we entered into a dive, and Jim recovered it. And so we turned back over the mighty Murray River mouth and headed back to the airfield. I got hands on the stick and I did a few turns. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, this was just over too quickly, and I felt like I wish I had dedicated my life to flying jet. This is an experience that I will never forget. Our operations manager, Jim Kira, had worked with Jim Wally in the past, and this is how this is all set up. So a massive thank you to both Jims.
Oh, that's incredible. Wow. Whoa!
Tell me about it.
Oh, one more. That is crazy addictive. Wow, just that feeling of weight, and like, bah. And then the negative, like feeling weightlessness. Wow, that's just incredible. What a machine. It's going so fast. And like the professionalism of this guy, like when he was running through the bombing run, it's like, oh, we're just doing this, boop, we're just doing this. And I'm like, oh, gee, whoa. Everything's moving around like crazy. And
When you're flying low, the feel speed on the ground is amazing.
just incredible. So smooth, and like, I'm just blown away. The road that we're embarking on here at Airspeeder is the world's first flying car racing series, and to experience the G-forces firsthand, something like we're going to experience within the Airspeeder, within the races, was a really great experience.